What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey, I'm Lauren and I make videos all about personal finance and my family's journey to get out of debt and accomplish financial goals. So if you want to see more content like that from me, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. In today's video, I'm going to be going over our August update for our annual financial goals for our money goal marathon. I call it our money goal marathon because financial goals get accomplished slowly over time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, it's a long-term plan, and so I show you guys our progress consistently every single month on my channel for what we did to work towards those financial goals in that month. So in this update, I'm going to show you our August 2021 goals. So let's jump right into it. But before I do, if you like the spreadsheet I'm using today, you can get it on my shop, which will be linked below. It is an instant download to Google Sheets, and so you can download it and get started using it right away. It comes with a detailed video tutorial along with me every month showing you how I use it as well. All right, so this is our annual financial goal tracking spreadsheet. So each month I enter in our numbers for what we had for total income. That's our gross income, how much we put towards retirement / savings goals, how much we put towards debt, and how much went towards expenses, which is all of our household expenses and mortgage and everything like that, as well as taxes. At the bottom here, it shows what percent of our money went towards our financial goals versus our everyday expenses, and so we try to keep that percentage at least at 40% or more, 40% of our money going towards our financial goals every single month. So we've got August over here, and you can see all of our numbers for what we accomplished in August, so let's jump into it. Okay, total gross pay in August was $12,030. That's a significant decrease from some other months like January where we brought in $27,000, but I did quit my job and I am doing YouTube full time, so I am working on building up that business, and we knew it would be a temporary pay cut, so this was like more of a normal income month for us of what our income is going to look like here on out. I mean, actually this is probably the lowest month we'll have of the year, I believe. I think the rest of the year might be a little bit better than this, but anyway, $12,000 is still a very solid amount of income to bring in for a household in 1 month, so I'm very grateful for that and very proud of that number still. So year to date we have brought in almost $160,000, $159,358, and the goal is to have gross income of $225,000 for the year. So we have completed 71% of that goal, and since we are in August, we are 2/3 of the way through the year, so if we are at 66% or higher on any of these goals, then we are on track to hit them by the end of the year. Next, moving on to retirement and savings, my husband's 401k, we did contribute $1,500 this month, and year to date that's at $12,750. We're trying to max that out for him for the first time this year at $19,500, so we are 65% of the way there, basically on track, because there'll be a 3 paycheck month in December and that will get us all the way caught up. So we're just like a smidge behind according to percentage, but it's actually on track. My Roth IRA is fully funded. You can see here 100% completed, and our HSA is fully funded for what we're allowed to contribute this year. So again, 100% is showing there for percent of goal completed. Next, for my daughter's 529 plan, we wanted to put $2,500 towards that account this year, and we have contributed $1,725. The beginning of the year we were doing a little bit more per month. You can see it was a little bit higher numbers, and then the last couple months we've only put $50. We do expect to get some money for her for Christmas, and so that will bump it up at the end, but we are still on track. We have completed 69% of that goal, and so we're still on track to hit it by the end of the year. Next is my brokerage accounts. I have 3 brokerage accounts, one with Fidelity, one with M1 Finance, and one with Acorns. This month I contributed $725 towards my brokerage accounts, which is a very solid number. I was super happy with that. Some of it is thanks to you guys for using my referral links, which I'll put in the video description for M1 Finance and Acorns. M1 Finance and Acorns are both investing platforms where I have after-tax brokerage accounts and I contribute to them every month, and then if I get any referrals from you guys, that money all stays and gets invested there too. So if you open an M1 Finance account with my link, you'll get $30 free when you open your account, and then for Acorns, if you open an account using my link, you get $5 free in your account. So Acorns is like a very simple platform where you don't have a lot of flexibility in choosing your options, but great for somebody who's brand new to investing and really doesn't want to have to figure a lot out and just kind of dip their toes in, get used to investing. And M1 Finance is a very user-friendly platform as investing platforms go, but it has a lot more options and flexibility to set things up with, you know, whatever particular investments you would like to invest in. So I'm very happy with both of those accounts. I plan to keep them long term, and so if you want to check either of them out, they'll be linked to the description. Okay, so year to date I'm at $1,730 invested in brokerage, and the goal is $2,400. So we are 72% of the way to that goal, so definitely on track, a little bit ahead for that goal as well. And finally, our emergency fund, we wanted to increase our emergency fund from $18,000 to $20,000, so we put an extra $2,000 in it, and that goal has been 100% completed. So in the total retirement and savings section, we are on track. We're actually pretty far ahead because we've hit 100% of some of these goals already. So we contributed $30,405 towards retirement and savings goals, which is a great number. We hit $30,000. That's more than we've ever contributed to retirement and savings by like at least like 10 times. Like, I mean, I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think like that's 10 times more than we've ever contributed to retirement and savings in a given year. Maybe like 8 times more, but it's a lot more. So I'm super happy with that. Our goal is $38,600, and so we are 79% of the way to completing all of our retirement and savings goals for the year. Next to the lovely debt section. Yes, this monster that just, you know, we keep having to deal with every single month, but keep facing it, keep working on it, keep getting our debt paid off. My husband's undergrad loan is 100% paid off, so we're not making payments towards that. We paid it off January 2nd of this year, so that was really great. Husband's graduate school loan that we were just paying the minimum payment. We refinanced like multiple times, and now it's finally settled. This is the new payment. It'll be $893 a month. So year to date, we've paid $6,800 towards his student loan minimum payments, and the goal is $10,373. That's just if we keep the auto payment coming out every single month, then we will hit that goal. So we're exactly on track, 66% of the way to goal. And then for my graduate school loans, very similar. We just refinanced. It finally settled on the final payment amount. It's $1,882 per month. So we've contributed $13,940 towards payments on my student loan. And the goal is to just make all the minimum payments this year, and that is $21,468. So we are 65% of the way to that goal as well, just right on track. If we make all those auto payments, then we will hit that goal by the end of the year. Next, our home equity line of credit, the minimum payment is $75. So again, just making that minimum payment. We've made $600 in minimum payments on a $900 goal, so we are right on track, 67% of the way there. And then finally, extra payments, which are all going to the home equity line of credit right now. We have jumped around a little bit. We were doing it towards the student loans, and then we decided to switch over to the home equity line of credit because that actually has the highest interest rate. That's at 4%, whereas our student loans are just under 3%. So we decided to focus on that, and it's a smaller debt, so I figured we could get there sooner and pay that off and get that like motivation from getting that taken care of. So for those reasons, those two reasons, we switched to the home equity line of credit a couple months ago as our like debt we're targeting. And so this month we paid $575 to that debt. I would really love to be paying $1,000 a month minimum to that debt, but it just didn't happen this month. Like I said earlier, it was like the lowest income month we've had this year. Even though it was a solid income month, we have all these other goals we're working towards and succeeding on. So I want to keep the momentum going with those things, and then I just want to keep pushing really hard to get as many extra debt payments on top of all these goals as we can to pay off that home equity line of credit. So $575 in a month, still an amazing amount. 3 years ago, if you had told me we'd be doing all this, I would not have believed you, but we're doing it, we're pushing. And so year to date, we've paid $15,365 in extra payments towards debt, and the goal is $16,073. So we are 96% of the way towards our goal for extra debt payments for the year. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we're getting further into the year and we're getting like further to accomplishing these goals, but these numbers are looking like really large to me right now. Like I'm kind of dumbfounded that we've already paid $39,000 to debt and $30,000 towards retirement and savings goals. We're just under $70,000 towards financial goals this year, and it seems like somebody else is doing this. Like it's just so set. We're so committed to it. It's so automated. It's so just like we're so focused that it's becoming less effort, a lot less effort than it was like 18 months ago when we were only a few months into our debt-free journey. And it almost feels like it's not us doing it. Like, oh no, that's not real. Like, that's like somebody else. Like, oh, I don't know. There's like a weird disconnect right now in this moment as to like, this is actually our hard work doing it. And yeah, it's wild. It's wild how much progress we've made. So I just like, the more progress we make, the more motivated I get, the more focused I stay, the more committed I am, the more like I want it more, and it's exciting. It's exciting to get towards like the second part of the year, getting towards the end of the year and seeing these numbers add up and getting bigger and bigger. All right, expenses. So expenses excluding taxes over here this month, we had $3,476 go towards expenses. Now that number might not make sense to you if you watch my budgeting videos, and that's because I'm only including the income that we actually received this month that went towards our expenses and our taxes. There is some income that I set aside from other months that I used to fund our expenses this year that was like set to the side in a savings account. And so we spent more than $3,400 on expenses this month, but only $3,400 of our income that we received this month went towards expenses. So if you look over here, like May and June, when I knew I was quitting my job, we didn't actually spend like $8,000 or $9,000 those months on expenses. We spent more like maybe $6,000 and then put $2,000 or $3,000 to the side, knowing we were going to use that money later on in the year towards expenses. So hopefully that makes sense. If the numbers look a little bit off, that's why. And so you can see like in May, our percent to savings and debt was only 29%, and in June was only 37%, which is below that 40% that we're aiming for, and that's because we put so much money aside. But this month it was 47%, so 7% above that 40% that we're aiming for, and that's because we're using some of that savings. So that's why I look at the year to date too, to see what it's all averaging out to. So the year to date is looking really good. We are at 44% of our money is going towards our financial goals so far this year. 44% of our gross pay is going towards savings, retirement, or debt payments, and that is awesome. That's a really solid number. If we can keep it at that number indefinitely, I would be super happy with that. We'll see how 2022 goes now that I'm not working. Like this year, we front loaded a lot of our goals because a few months into the year, we pretty much knew I was gonna quit my job at some point. We just didn't know exactly when, but I did work for 6 months out of the year at my 9-to-5 where I was making 6 figures. So front loading those goals allowed us to hit some really big financial goals. Whereas in 2022, I'm gonna have no income from a 9-to-5. And so we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to adjust some things and see how it goes. But don't worry, we'll get into all the specifics and all those numbers when it gets towards the end of the year in a couple months. And so you guys can see exactly what's going on, how we're adjusting things, and how we're still pushing towards financial goals. So that is it for today's video. Like I said before, if you like this spreadsheet, you can get it in my shop. It is an instant download to Google Sheets, and it is linked in the video description. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It really helps on my channel. And if you want to see more videos like this from me with all our real family numbers working towards our financial goals, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.